Progressive Christian devotional in 3 minutes or less. The world often has a way of making us feel small, especially if we don't fit into whatever cultural categories of success are dominant. For instance, as someone in my 30s, I am undeniably a failure by society's norms. By my age, I should already be married, have children, have a stable career, own a car and a house. Despite the fact that I have no interest in fulfilling at least 2 of these goals, getting married or having children, I am viewed as a failure. But here's the thing. God doesn't care about whether or not we meet society's definition of success. For a good portion of his life, Jesus was a failure. Jesus rejected most of the religious and societal norms of his day. He called into question the very powerful institutions that most people sought to join. In addition, the biblical prophets of the Hebrew Bible could also be viewed in some ways as failures, since their whole shtick was to condemn and live in contrast to dominant societal values. While we as a society look to those who are the most powerful and successful, God sees and uses those considered by the world to be the smallest, least important. God's definition of success and power contrasts drastically from those of dominant society. God's definition involves justice, pushing back against the status quo, and it involves centering the smallest and most marginalized. God sees the most vulnerable, the most despised, and works through them. God elevates those that society deems to be worthless. So if you feel worthless, if you feel like a failure, know that God sees you, God delights in you, and that God is working through you to create a better world. Prayer. God, help us to reject society's standards of success. Reflection. What does success look like for you? Does your criteria match up with what dominant society says equals success, or is it closer to God's definition? And this is for my progressive Christian Swifties. I have a Taylor Swift themed devotional based on her album Folklore available. If you're on the Clock app, check the link in my bio. If you're on any other video app, the link will be in the comments.